Once you figure out how to get to the kitchen and you're there more often, it is essential for you to know how to end the point when you are given the chance. So the purpose of being at the kitchen is to set you and your partner up for success to win the point. Now, how many times have you gotten a ball that's up here and it's given to you and you mess it up?
And in this video, we're going to be teaching you tips and tricks and tactics and when to attack and put away high balls. Balls that are shoulder height, balls that pop up a little bit over the net. Guys, essentially in pickleball, all that it is that you dink back and forth when you're at the kitchen, and whoever pops the ball up in the air first should lose the point. But whoever pops the ball up in the air first to you, you need to make sure that you learn the tactics and the tips on how to put that ball away properly.
And as you get better, the pop-ups aren't going to be so high and obvious. You're going to get just a split second to be able to attack those balls. So that's what we're going to show you the difference. It's not just going to be like an obvious overhead put away. How to take the balls like this. Tyler has an amazing forehand roll that he uses to attack people at the kitchen often, and he's going to share those tips with us.
Yeah, so we're not going to teach you just how to put away high balls, but we're going to teach you how to make lower balls more attackable as well. Because a high ball for one person or a lower ball for another person could be a high ball for another person. Like the pros, they're able to hit such aggressive balls on lower shots, and we're going to be teaching you how to do that as well.
They can attack below the net, which typically isn't recommended. You also do that, but we're just talking about mid to shoulder height and not to just dink the ball back when you can finish the point.
Let's get started.
Let's go.
So the first thing that you have to do when you learn how to end points is you have to figure out which balls are attackable. There's basically 3 different tiers: green light, super high; yellow light around the net; and red light, super low. Now for a beginner, intermediate, or club level player, we're not talking pro level pickleball. For the most part, you're only going to be aggressive on green and maybe closer to yellow shots. If it's between like lower yellow and red, you're not going to take an aggressive shot. You're going to just dink the ball back. So I want you to really think, when you're waiting to find a high ball to put away, all you're going to do is you're going to just be dinking back and forth, okay? Red ball, right? So red ball, red ball, red ball, and then someone's going to pop the ball up in the air, give you a green shot, and then you're going to put it away. So again, red ball, here we are, red ball, okay? Green, and then she's going to put the ball away. Now, we only have one ball, Michelle, so we need to make most use of it because all of our balls are everywhere, okay? So, because you were supposed to pick up the balls while I prepared for the next video. Doesn't matter, you need to whatever. Okay, so the main thing is, again, is you want to take a high ball, green, red ball, you just want to dink back. Now, when you hit a high ball, you want to go for the ball. Now, a lot of players, they miss the high balls long because they swing down or they swing too forward. And what I mean by that is if Michelle's here, and this is Michelle's notorious shot, she is notorious for making this shot, she just uses her wrist and smashes it down into the net. Also, if you miss it long, and I am pretty known for this shot, is you just swing forward and then it goes super long. You need to make sure that you swing down, but you don't swing too down. Now, how can Michelle ensure that she's not swinging too far down? Well, it's very simple. Unless she has a ball super high, if the ball's ever around here, instead of holding the paddle vertical, you're going to hold the paddle diagonal. If Michelle holds the paddle vertical now, it's going to go into the net. I hope you remember this for your next game when you play with me. If Michelle holds the paddle diagonal, now it's going to be able to go over the net. Now, another great tip when you do this, you want to make sure that you aim halfway between the baseline and the kitchen line. You don't want to try to be a perfectionist. You don't want to try to go too deep. You want to aim between, again, the kitchen and the baseline. Now, the next thing, Michelle needs to make sure that her paddle is out in front. A lot of players, they make a mistake because they get the ball too close to their body. You always want to make sure that you extend.
And when you're 1 second off, the timing ruins the entire put away. So when you don't have the ball in your paddle, you need to have your paddle still out in front. If you're stuck back here and you get a pop-up, you're gonna mess it because your timing's off.
And I want you to think too, the lower or the more you wait for the ball to come to you, the lower it's going to be. The further out in front that you can get the ball, the more aggressive you can be, the more higher chances that you can make it, and the higher the actual ball is going to be. So we're going to walk you through one of my favorite first drills to get you super aggressive and taking as many balls out of the air. What we're going to do is we're going to just literally have our paddles out to each other and just make contact with every ball. We're going to exaggerate keeping our paddle fully out. So again, we're just trying to hit the ball out in front as far as you can. Now I want you to notice what I'm doing right here. I'm not just standing straight up. I am lowering my center of gravity and getting into my legs. If I'm standing straight up, I can only extend out this far. If I'm getting into my legs and if I drop my center of gravity, now look, I can extend out way further. Again, if I stand up straight, I extend out. Look, here is where I could be. Now, if I extend out straight out, I get into my legs. Here we are. Look, now I can get all the way out here. So by dropping your center of gravity, by getting into your knees, it's going to allow you to make contact more out front and at a higher point. It's also going to allow you to get below the ball more. And if you notice any amazing attacks in pickleball, they're always like this. They're never like this. They're always like this because they're allowed to get under the ball. This is how pros are able to get balls more in the yellow and red zone over the net and attack, right? Because they're literally getting below the ball now and flicking up on the ball instead of standing straight up and coming down. So again, we're going to do a couple more. Just get your paddle out every single time. All right, amazing. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is when you do have a high ball, you're going to make sure, again, that Michelle is going to take any ball around her shoulder, which is a green zone shot. She's going to hold her paddle diagonal. Now, she's not going to hold it vertical because if she holds it vertical, it's going to go in the net. She's not going to hold it horizontal. If you hold your paddle horizontal and you swing, if you're going to make it, the only thing you can do is technically block the ball back. Because if I hold the paddle horizontal and I swing, what's going to happen? It's going to go long. So by holding the paddle diagonal, that's going to help you really put the ball away. So I'm going to stand back here, and you're going to just try to put away the balls. Good. Here we are. Good. 2 more. 1 more. Good. So your paddle's diagonal. That's good. You want some more power? Okay. So here's a huge thing. Instead of using your arm, I want you to use your wrist. Once again, instead of using your arm, I want you to use your wrist. So what you're going to do, and this is going to help you get better for high level play as well when you start playing with me. No, I'm kidding. But she uses her arm. She's not going to get much power. It's going to take a long time. And then look, her paddle's all the way over here, right? If she can keep her elbow more in and just use her wrist, just literally snap her wrist more and smack it this way instead of a full swing, you're going to be able to get way more pop. Less is more in pickleball. You don't have to take a huge swing to hit the ball super hard. All you have to do is here. So again, instead of, I'm not going to try to whack you, right? So instead of going like this, right? All I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my elbow in, use my wrist. Look at all that power I can get. So you're going to keep it diagonal, and you're going to just work on snapping your wrist. So for this drill, just so you get this, I feel like this is kind of new for you. You're going to turn it, and you're just going to snap your wrist. Good. Woo! It was too fast. And notice what I'm doing when she's learning it, I'm not hitting to her. I'm literally feeding the ball right to her on a silver platter to eliminate different things going wrong, especially right now. It's super windy. Every time we record, it's super windy. Good. Here we are. I'm going to give you a little bit lower now. So snap. Good. Make sure it's diagonal. Snap. Try to literally keep that elbow in. Good. All right. Let's experiment with it. I was watching some other YouTube videos and I saw this, so we'll see what happens, okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to keep the ball in your armpit. That's going to ensure that you keep your elbow in. If you take a big swing with your arm, what's going to happen? You're going to drop it, okay? So keep that ball in your armpit and see what happens. You ready? That's going to ensure, again, you are just using your wrist now. It's gonna be weird. Good. Here we are. Good. Flick the wrist. Come on. Good. Can you snap your wrist more? Let's go. There we are. Good. One more. Good. Okay, so how's that feel? I wish I had another camera right here with her facial expressions when she's like missing, okay? So here's the thing. That is going to teach you to not move your arm as much. Yes, maybe you might need your wrist more strong. And that's why like Ben Johns is so good, because he played pickleball on that backhand side and he has all that like wrist flexion and all that ping pong on that backhand side. But that's a great drill to do. Keep it in your arm if your arm's moving too much. But again, all you're going to do is you're going to go here and you're going to snap. So essentially at any level, less arm, more wrist, and you're going to be so much better off, okay? So really try to snap that down. Now, if the ball gets lower, I still want you to try to be aggressive. And we're drilling right now, so we're going to work on it. So instead of if the ball gets lower, all you're going to do is get lower in your legs, and then you're going to drop your paddle. If the ball is ever in the yellow zone around the paddle, you can't just swing down anymore. Why? Because if you swing down, it's going to go in the net. So you need to get under the ball still and swing up. This is called a flick volley, a roll volley. Again, if the ball's super high in the green zone, what can I do? I can swing down, but if the ball's in the yellow zone and I swing down, I can only hit in the net. So in order to get it over the net, I have to get my paddle below the ball and swing up and do a flick volley, all right? Are you ready to try? So all you're gonna do is you're gonna hold your paddle out, turn your paddle to the side, you're gonna keep your paddle in front, you're gonna drop your paddle, and now you're gonna come up. Yes. Notice when you come up, it's here, it's forward. It's do a wave, take your paddle out of your hand, take your paddle out of your hand, do a wave, now turn to the side, now this way. Look, not this way, here, here, hello, hello. Yes, that is how you do it, okay? You got that? Let's try it.
3 to 12.
Yes, so you want to go from 3 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Yes, there we are. Yes.
This to this?
Yes, because look, if I go like this, okay, it's going, you need to go under, out, and forward. So that's why you want to point the tip of the paddle to me.
Okay.
Ready? Let's try his rolls. Good, look at that. Let's go, here we are. You already do this, honestly, maybe not for your backhand side, but for your forehand. I'm just making you think about it. Here we are, out in front. Good, I'm gonna start lowering. So as you notice, I'm giving Michelle a higher feed. Now I'm gonna start lowering the ball, and she's gonna have to get into her legs maybe and get under it. Good. Make sure you keep in mind of our first drills. What was our first drill that we did? Making contact out in front and taking the ball early. You waited too long for that last ball. You need to make sure. Too many things to think about. Let's go. Get low, here, and flick. Let's go. Drop, sideways, forward. Let's do it again. Drop, out in front, forward. Drop, drop, out in front, forward. Yes, you got it? We need this facial expression, Cam. Here we are, let's go. Good, nice. Here we are. Good. Nice. Good, okay, so that's a little bit higher. Good, so if it's low, get low. If it's low, get low. Come on, drop those legs. There we are. Good, look at that. Good. Nice. So the lower you receive the ball and you still want to take it out of the air, the more you got to drop your paddle tip down. And what I mean by that is, look, if you have a high ball, do a high ball again, like here. Look, do a high ball around shoulder height. Look at your paddle's up. Now, if you have a middle ball, it's gonna be here, right? But then we have to start dropping your paddle, getting lower, right? So if it's around there, you're gonna be here. Now, if it's super low, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be down here. Notice, the higher it is, the more I want my paddle tip up. The lower it is, the more I want to drop down and get my paddle tip down. Now, if the ball is super low, you're going to want to do that. And a great way to start being aggressive and getting more confidence at those roll volleys is I'm going to feed you a couple balls that are super low, that are way red, and you're going to still try to attempt to getting that ball up over the net. If you can make an aggressive volley, or at least start to get the thought of making an aggressive volley down here, which I couldn't, then you could make an aggressive volley out over here. Our goal, Michelle, is to lower your aggressive volley zone. So maybe before this video, you were only aggressive at this high. Now maybe after this video, you're going to be aggressive at this high. And the lower you can be aggressive when you're playing pickleball, the better it's going to be. You ready? Let's go. Here we are. We only have 3 balls. Probably all are going into the net. Here we are. Get low. Good. Whoa, look at that. Get low. Push. Good. One more. Oh! Okay, cool. Get that ball. Pick it up. All right, so here's the thing. The lower the ball that you want to get, the more you want to push down into your legs. So instead of just squatting down, I want you to push down and push up. I want you to think into the ground, off the ground. Into the ground, off the ground, okay? Come on, let's go. Here we are. You're doing squats. You're literally pushing into the ground. You're pushing off the ground. Push in, off. Good. Push in. Come on, let's go. Push in, off. Good. Push in. Oh, that's a high one. Ah, come on. All right. So that can help you as well by literally thinking you're pushing into the ground with your legs and off the ground. Should we do a couple more? Here we are. Let's go. Into the ground. Oh, shoot. Push in, off. Push into the ground. Come on, get low. Into the ground. Come on, forward. Good, so once you're done, make sure you point the tip of the paddle forward. Get an athletic stance. Come on, what are we doing? Let's go. Into the ground. Forward, let's go.
I'm so sore.
Okay, so everyone, Michelle's too sore. We can't do this drill. We'll keep on going. But that's a great drill to do, to hit as many balls as possible. Oh no. Let's go. Here we are. All right. So again, I want to make sure we're going to do a drill, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a target out right here, and if any ball comes from here to the line, I'm going to take the ball out of the air. I'm going to refuse to let the ball bounce there. So I'm going to really get low again and come up. Here, up. Good. These are easy. There we are. Couple more. I'm doing it with my backhand too. Come on, Shell. Lower drop. There we are. Come on. Couple more. 3 more. 3. Yes. 2. Watch this wrist one, right? She's going to maybe give me a high one, let's say. Here we are. Watch. See? Just the wrist. No arm, just the wrist. So another big thing that you have to do as you get further and higher in your level of play is you need to make sure that you finish where you start and you start where you finish. If you be aggressive on a ball and your opponent is at the kitchen, the faster you hit it to them, the faster the ball is going to come back. So now we went over some tactics on how to hit an aggressive shot, right? We're waiting for the green, the yellow zone. We're making sure we're snapping the wrist. We're making sure we're getting low. We're dropping the tip of our paddle the lower the ball is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about where to be aggressive and how to make sure that after you're aggressive with these awesome new shots that you worked on, you're going to be able to be in the proper position, right? So what I just said is the faster I hit the ball, the faster it's going to come back. So a lot of players go here, super aggressive. Their opponent actually has hands because they're higher in level, right? And what's going to happen? Here, I'm going to be super aggressive as you. And then they blast me, but she wanted to be nice and not hurt me or give me a black eye. I really appreciate that, babe. But you need to make sure that after you're done, your paddle's in the same position that it ended, so you're ready for the next ball. At the kitchen, when your opponent's at kitchen. So what I mean by that is when I'm at the kitchen, if I go super aggressive, hit this one back right here, I need to be out in front for the next shot. Hopefully I can make that ball. Let's see, let's try it again. So again, I start here, right? I go big, aggressive, and then I'm in the next position for the next ball. Here we are, let's go. Aggressive, and now I'm ready for the next ball. So I always want to make sure that I keep the paddle in front. That's why at the start, what did I tell you? To not move your arm. Okay, when you're back and your opponent's back, that's fine. But if you're doing that big swing while you're at the kitchen with a high level player, you can't do that. You're going to get beamed in the next shot. That's why you want to put that ball under the armpit. The next thing is when you're aggressive, you want to dink when you're going cross court. But if I take an aggressive shot, I am going to go straight ahead and down the line. I want you to think the diagonal is so much more time and distance between straight ahead. If you attack someone diagonal and you're playing at a high level, that opponent is going to have way more time to put the ball away. If you go in the middle and 9 times out of 10, you guys are playing right-handed players, if you attack a ball cross court and it's not super fast, what am I going to do? This is my favorite shot. Anyone, this is the easiest shot. That's like a layup in basketball. So that's why you want to go straight ahead. Another reason why you want to go straight ahead is because if you go straight ahead and you're playing a right-handed player, where's this? It's their backhand side. They can then, what are they going to do? You speed the ball up, you're aggressive at them, they're going to be here, they're either going to miss it, or what are they going to do? They're going to chicken wing, and in turn pop the ball up in the air. So a great drill to do is Michelle's going to dink with me, and then she's going to go over there and be aggressive, okay? And notice I still have the target out here so I can take the ball out of the air. So again, you're going to do 2 dinks with me, then you're going to shift over there, and I'm going to speed the ball up at you. So here we are. So dink number 1, dink number 2, now shift. Here we are, aggressive, play it out. Okay, do it again. Here we are, let's go. Dink number 1, if you just have 1 training partner. 2, here we are, aggressive. Okay, so everyone tell me how bad I was there. I X myself, bad. Why? Because I let that ball bounce. The whole goal of this drill, and what I was trying to do, was keep it going for the video, and maybe I wasn't being as aggressive enough, if to take the ball out of the air at every single time. I want to make sure I didn't miss it, I let the ball bounce. No, that's not the drill. You need to take every ball out of the air on the 3rd shot, no matter what. So it's just getting my confidence. Beautiful, Michelle, the first time you hit targets. It's getting my confidence to what? Be aggressive. So aggressive, right? I missed it, right? I missed, but I'm trying, I'm improving, I'm lowering the height of the ball that I can be aggressive on. Let's do it again. Here we are, 1. Here we are, 2. And again, I'm trying to be aggressive as possible. It's a couple more.
Do this again. I want to do this right.
We're not doing it again. We keep on going. It's a great learning experience, right? Wow. And you need to find a partner that you could drill with that actually gets the ball back. That was after the first ball, or a partner that listens. Here we are, let's go, 2 balls, here we are. So this is my first dink, let's go. Here we are, 1, 2, there we are, in, let's go. You gotta shift over. And what's also that's gonna teach her? It's gonna teach her to be more explosive moving over. It's gonna teach me to maybe try to hit and set up more dinks that I can be aggressive off of. And that's a great thing to talk about as well. How can you dink to get more of a pop-up ball to be aggressive? Okay.
Hit more towards the kitchen line instead of shallow.
Push your opponent back. Hit it more shallow, right? Make your opponent go like this rather than your opponent be like this. If you can push your opponent back, if you can get your opponent going down, that's going to force your opponent to pop it up more. I want you to think, when I have a low ball and I hit a ball from here, the only place that I can go to get the ball over net and keep the ball in play is what? Up over net and high. If I have a ball here, I can come down, right? So if she gives me a ball that's like this and I'm going up, right, the only place that I can hit is super high to get it over net. So let's do a couple more. Here we are, 1. Here we are. So maybe I'm gonna try and make it deeper, 2, good, and then aggressive on 3. And again, I'm going for every shot, unlike that first one. Even if it's super low, I'm going to try right now so I can get good and get that confidence. Okay, so that one I might have taken as a dink or maybe a reset volley or just volleyed it back, right? But for this drill, I'm going for every single one of those shots. Here we are, I'm trying to get low. Here we are, 2. Here we are, let's try it. Oh, come on, one more.
So scared of
We can't end off of that. I would say I'm missing because I'm trying not to kill you, but I'm actually just missing. Here we are, 1. Here we are, 2, 3. Oh, no!
I finally got one.
Okay, well, I'm done getting absolutely violated on this video. So I think we'll end it there. But if you can implement these tips and tricks on how to hit an aggressive shot, if you can use these drills to lower your aggressive zone and hit lower balls being more aggressive, you're going to be so much better and a force to be reckoned with on court.
And also, regardless of what it looks like right now, having the mindset that when you're playing on this side, if a high ball is coming to you off of the dink, you attack straight ahead. Every single time, that's going to make you a better player.
Yes. And that's one thing I struggled with when starting out with pickleball.
Yeah.
I guess being a tennis player, you always want to go cross court, cross court, cross court, cross court. I'd attack all these balls cross court until I got tired of just my opponent clashing
because if it
and
goes
bashing the ball back
if
at
it
me.
goes cross court and they can hit it back, it's going right at your partner too.
Yeah.
So
And
you're
then
setting
they can
them
do
up
it
for
to
failure.
you. So that's why you want to make sure that you're going straight ahead when you have an aggressive shot. Yeah, just keep on drilling, right? Okay, like clearly, like our drills right there weren't pretty. I don't think I'm going to crop them out, but we still got way better off of that.
Right.
Why? Because I'm going for more shots, aggressive shots that I would not go for. I could dink every one of those balls back, but I'm trying to be aggressive. And you worked on pushing off, trying your best, getting good, and yeah. That's how you improve in pickleball, folks. And if you want to improve more, you want to get giveaways, you want to get more tips, you want to get more tricks, you want to get current pickleball event news, make sure to subscribe to our newsletter. Link in the description. It's only my 2024 resolution is who cares about YouTube? Who cares about Instagram? I want subscribers to the newsletter. But if you want to subscribe to YouTube as well, that would probably be pretty nice if we provide value. If you want any awesome Selkirk gear, hats, shoes, paddles, whatever, balls, make sure to click the link in our description. Use code ADV-Universal for a gift card with your purchase. Gift card's amazing. You get a paddle, you could get a case of balls. You get a sweatshirt, maybe you could get a hat, right? Great gift card. And the last thing, if you have any community or any company that wants a corporate event, fundraiser event, any type of event in pickleball or clinics, if you want programs written by yours and hers truly, make sure to click the link in the description, fill out the form, and a Universal Rackets representative will get out to you. Have a good one, happy hitting, and we'll see you guys next time on court.